Australia bans import sales of three Nogino Live novels. Board refused the classification novel volumes 1, 2, and 9. The Australian Classification Board is listing the sales and imports of the first, second, and ninth volumes on Yu Kamiya's Nogino Live light novel series are banned in Australia. The board refused the classification of the novels on July 23 and stated regarding the refusal for volumes 1 and 2, Pubs 1, the publication classify RC in accordance with the National Classification Code, publication table number 1, as publication to describe or depict in a way that is likely to cause offense to a reasonable adult, a person who is or appears to be a child under 18, whether the person is engaged in sexual activity or not. In addition, for Volume 9, the board gave the statement regarding the refusal. Pubs 1. The publication is classified RC in accordance with the National Classification Code. Publications Table 1 as publication that describe, depict, express, or otherwise deal with matters of sex, drug misuse, or addiction, crime, cruelty, violence, or revolting or adornment, pneumonia, in such a way that is often against the standards of morality, decency, and propriety, generally acceptable, accepted by the reasonable adults to the extent that it should be not classified, and describe or depict in a way that is likely to cause offense to a reasonable adult, a person who is, or appears to be, a child under 18, whether the person is engaged in sexual activity or not. According to the Australian Classification Board's website, titles classified as refused cannot be sold, hired, advertised, or legally imported in Australia. RC classified material contains content that is very high in impact and falls outside generally accepted community standards. The board has restricted the Nogino Live television anime series as MA15, plus for strong sexual themes on August 13, 2015. The series is legally restricted to people over the age of 15, but is otherwise available for sale. The board also restricted the Nogino Live Zero anime film is M for fantasy themes and for anime violence on November 10, 2017. While the board states that the film is not recommended for children under the age of 15, there are no legal restrictions against selling or viewing the film. The political party Century Alliance applied for the these novel volumes classification for worry. Sterling Griff from the Century Alliance called for a few of all anime manga currently accessible in Australia, expressing concerns about media depicting child exploitation. The Sydney branch of the book's Kinokuniya story chain removed 7 manga titles, including Nogino Life, from its shelf following a written complaint by South Australian legislator Connie Bonaros. Bonaros belongs to the SA Best Party, the Century Alliance's affiliate party for South Australian state elections. Bonaros is Griff's former chief of staff.